Okay, Leute, servus. Es geht weiter beim Technomancer. Und ich glaube mal, das Ende ist noch nicht in Sicht. Es wird ein bisschen dauern. Auf jeden Fall befinden wir uns in der Stadt der Mutanten. Und da haben wir noch ein bisschen was zum Tor. Wer hoch steigt, fällt tief. Finde Verbündete für den Schutz von Victor Watcher. Der Weight Watcher. Ins Mutantental zurückkehren. Ja und? Zu wem? Da Viere? Ja, ich schau mich noch. Hinfort mit mir. Ja, pass auf. Was?
Phobos, chosen to be the great orator. He will surely usher us
Ja, der Phobos.
peace and freedom.
Ein Phobos haben wir befördert. Zum Anführer der Mutanten. Ich meine, der kann das. Mit der da unten? Schon, oder? Bei der Phobos. Da ist er.
Now that we are at full strength, we must devise a way to compromise Victor's popularity at the Assembly.
I've got a lead. There's this grizzled old general who's been bitching about the lack of info he gets about Aurora. Right now, he's the only one with the balls to call Victor the Dictator incompetent. According to him, the Aurora Dowser's down shit creek and may have been booted off his post. If we can prove that General is right and isn't just some senile old man, maybe the Army's head honchos will be pissed enough at the Colonel to kick his buns in the sun.
We would need hard evidence.
I'm almost positive that Dandolo can help us. Noctis sends merchants everywhere, after all.
We also have some connections with Technomancers over there. They should be able to tell us what happened.
We could try Anton. Aurora's a little far, but there's no place that's safe from Anton's little birds.
It's a start.
Even if abundance is run from the top down, members of the Assembly would pay attention to uprisings. Some of your local allies could help you stir up some anger in the masses. The ASC has made their lives miserable for months. People are arrested on a whisper, live huddled in fear. It would not take much to spark the powder keg.
And some politicians would turn against Victor, so as not to lose voter support. Brilliant! We would need instigators, preferably those in touch with the people's needs.
So I was thinking, the opposition would be the perfect organization to spearhead the revolts. The alternative, though I would be more hesitant, the Vori could likely produce the same results with different methods.
Perfect. Other ideas?
Back when I was an artist, I got into some altercations with Assembly members who thought my shows were blasphemy. Maybe it was because I didn't say "Hail to the Shadow" 50 times. I can't say for sure, but if we could get them to think that Victor isn't a devout believer, we could get the large religious sect of the Assembly to revoke their support and demand his banishment. Or we could just give them a little nudge in the right direction by making them believe Victor steals relics for his own use.
We'd have to stage an elaborate setup, but I like it. After all, a trickster must get what he gives. We'll need volunteers that can pretend to be ASC. The plan is right up Anton's alley. It's possible for Dandolo or the opposition to help us out too.
One last thing. I was told the High Judge endorses all of Victor's decisions, even though I know for a fact that he hates him, which is more than a bit strange. The judge is such an honest man.
Or if you're in the mood to make a scandal, I've got everything we need. Did you know that Victor employs young women to worm out information on men he keeps tabs on? And I'm not Victor, but I have a feeling he used that info to blackmail these same men. If we can prove it, the Assembly would have a major meltdown. Their beloved colonel, a pimp. To find evidence of his trafficking, we could look for the orders he gave his goons. Have you seen his hands? Far too immaculate to be doing this dirty work himself.
Back in my days as an officer, I ran into a band of girls, and I think this exploited girls topic may interest them. Maybe enough for them to help us.
Indeed. How's this? I've heard that a small faction of the Assembly blindly backs up Victor, no matter how crazy the project is. So I believe it almost certain that their chief of this faction was bribed. So unless we bribe him ourselves, we'll have to silence him.
Yes, we should get to the bottom of this and see if it's serum, dirty laundry, or both. Anton probably knows. And if he is openly corrupt, the opponents of the Assembly should know him well.
All of these ideas will indeed cut off Victor from his support network.
But
This is going to sound self-interested, but if we could help the mutants escape from the pen, it would expedite the Colonel's downfall. The people and the Assembly would be outraged to know that after decades of civilized control, Victor was the one who couldn't keep them in check. I'd like to see the Colonel try to justify his mistake of so many slaves, particularly ones notorious for their feeble minds.
no, it's not selfish. It's a good plan. We're gonna help mutants in the pen prepare their escape. After a mass breakout like that, his reputation will never be the same. Thank you, all of you, for the ideas. Now let's make them happen.
Ja, Buben, nicht lang quatschen. Ich bin ein Mann der Taten.
Zachariah, I've received a message from Dandolo. He has some information on the disappearance of patients.
Really? Did he learn where he was taken?
The ASC had him locked up in an old dome near Ophir. In his message, he says that it's a dome that Technomancers used to use. Does this sound familiar to you?
Hard to forget. Yes. That's where initiations would take place before a mantis destroyed everything. We'll have to go free him. The place must be teeming with soldiers fighting for Victor. But we can't leave the old Technomancer in their hands. Is something bothering you?
How could you, Zach? An alliance with the largest criminal organization on the planet? What were you thinking? Can't you see they're using you? They'll use your connections to leapfrog to the top of the corporate food chain, and then nobody will be able to stop them.
So you're hoping I fail?
Let's not play that game. You know I want the best for you. But I can't bring myself to work for those crooks. I'm sorry, Zach, but you'll have to go on without me. I think I'll stay in Mutant Valley for a bit, but if you ever need anything but this, come find me. I'll always have your back, Zach. It's just, if I did this, I could never forgive myself for letting the Vori run rampant.
I understand, Nisha. See you later then, maybe.
Nisha später mal mit. Ja gut, mir wurscht. Aber jetzt wo andere. Jetzt habe ich dafür wieder einige Aufgaben gekriegt, ha? Schaut sie mal. Wo sagt denn? Ja, da schon her. Der Beweis für den General. Ja, wo krieg ich den? Das Volk ist unzufrieden. Der Anton Rogue. Ja, warte mal. Der ist doch im Untergrund oder in den Slums, oder? Kann es sein? Der Herr Anton Rogue. Scheiße. Das heißt, ich muss wieder da um mich. Ja, warte mal. Was haben wir da oben? Die Pfeile zogen noch rum hat. Kann es sein? Freunde, wie schaut denn aus? Ja, was sagt denn? Zustimmung. Auf die Scheiße. Ach so. Ja, die brauche ich nicht. Ja gut, ich muss aussehen. Ich meine, Großmeister der Technomancer wäre so auch. Da brauche ich keine Zustimmung. Ja, pass auf, da raus ist der Sandsegler. Nein, der Rover. Pass auf, wir reisen nach Noctis. O4. Begib dich zur alten Kuppel. Warum? Pass auf, erstmal nach Noctis.
using the real, authentic relics as bait?
They'll only be using the minor relics. Novelty items that don't do anything. Could probably find them in any old ruin.
Just because they're novelty items to a Technomancer doesn't make them any less valuable. We want the clergy to believe they're worth dying.
Ja, ist ja gut.
Exactly
Oh, da
why
kann ich
fakes
sorgen.
would make people suspicious.
Das kriegen wir schon gebacken, glaube ich. Da hier vorne. Oh Gott. Ein Prediger. Was war denn der schon wieder?
Repent! We won't have access to the Blue Paradise so long as we are not all absolved of our sins. You came here to wash your soul?
I had something else in mind.
Die gebrauchten Relikte kaufen.
I'd like to buy back the relics I brought to you the other day.
What? No, I'm afraid I cannot honor your request. Those relics represent the blessings that the Shadow bestows upon our followers. To just
Scheiß auf den
sell
Glauben.
them away would be like selling away my faith.
Angreifen? Ja gut, heftig, oder?
I guess I'll just have to take them back.
Shadow, protect me!
Beschützt mich. Auch nicht von mir. Juckt einen Deppen.
Please, have mercy. I'll sell them. I'll sell them.
I'm sorry, that offer has expired. Now, if you'd please hand them over.
The sun will damn you 1,000 times for this. Beating and robbing a leader of the faithful. Here's the key to the temple's safes.
Jetzt habe ich einen Kill gekriegt. Ja gut. Oder Pech gehabt. Der Safe, wo ist denn der?
Sorry, pal, can't go through. Priest ordered us to let no one through. No one includes you.
Zum Safe. Wo ist der Safe? Der ist da oben.
Repent. We won't have
Ja, ist ja
access
gut.
to the...
I had something else in mind.
Scheiße, wie komme ich da rauf? Ach, da hinten schon. Da hinten haben sie Treppen und da geht ab. Oh. Das ist Wahnsinn, ha? Ja, der wahnsinnige Gläubige. Ja gut, weg ist. Wer noch? Ja, da hinten. Ja, pass auf. Jetzt ist der Tresor. Mein Gott, den hätte ich knacken auch können. Die Relikte, die habe ich. Was haben wir da? Jemand war eine Frage. Natürlich Müll, oder? Der Müll für den guten Zweck. Die habe ich da. Pass auf, die Relikte habe ich. Als nächstes suche ich mir. Was brauche ich denn? Da war nix. Finde ASC-Uniformen. Was sagt man da hinten? Ach so. Das Upgrade. Das kann der schenken. Das kann ich nicht und das brauche ich nicht. Ja, kann ich nicht sprinten? Ja gut, mag nicht. Er hat keine Lust zum Sprinten. Die ASC-Uniformen. Da hinten weg. Ja gut, Mo. Wie schaut denn aus? Hast du Uniformen?
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
ASC-Outfits kaufen.
I'm looking to buy some ASC uniforms.
Not an easy thing to come by, but if you're willing to pay high enough.
3 Stück. Was habe ich denn Kohle? Das da hinten? Geht schon, oder?
I'll take them all.
That's what I'm talking about. Making business.
Ja, Business. Der Hütabschneider. Und dann gehen wir noch zu Dandolo, oder? Da muss ich noch ein bisschen was berichten. Ja, die Burschen da. Der schaut immer noch in die Ferne. Was Besseres hat er nicht zum Tor. Onkel Dandolo. Zachariah is back. Ja, wo ist er? Wo denn Dandolo? Der nicht da? Ah, da ist er.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
Um Hilfe bitten? Was auf, erst mit das da.
I'm looking for evidence supporting the rumor Aurora's dowser was dismissed.
And you come to me why? We are not allies, Zachariah. You need help. Find it somewhere else.
Ja, so mal, ha? Das ist deine Dankbarkeit?
I need your help. I'm trying to compel some assembly members to withdraw their support for Victor.
I thought I made it clear last time. I am not your ally, so try contacting someone who is.
Ja, geh weiter. Diese unverschämte Sau. Was möchten Sie da? Das heißt, von Dandolo gibt es keine Hilfe. Gut, dann halt nicht. Dann gehen wir halt. Dann gehen wir halt woanders hin, oder? Ja gut, hilft nicht. Wir reisen weiter. Dann fahren wir halt nach O4, oder? Dann machen wir mehr Glück. Finde Verbündete. Ja, die finde ich doch nimmer. Mutantental. O4. Ja, ich werde mit Domi von. Oder zur alten Kuppel, ha? Was sagst du denn? Ich fahr mit Domi.